Hi there, and welcome to this bonus episode of the Gazette's Hockey Inside Out show. I'm Stu Cowan, and you know who these two guys are, former Canadiens teammates, 1986 Stanley Cup champions, Chris Nilan and Rick Green. Heading into this season at the golf tournament, management's goal was to be in the mix for a playoff spot. Knuckles, they surpassed that. They made the playoffs before losing to the Capitals in the first round. What makes you the most excited about this team moving forward in the future?
Just the core of talent they brought in. And, you know, the core of talent that's here, and then the depth they have within the organization in Laval, and the draft picks they have coming up. I mean, this Jeff Gorton and Hughes are smart guys. They've done really well. I think they know what they need. How are we going to get it? We have the assets. Who are we going to move? First round picks. Is it going to be Abba-Jacki and a couple players? Is it going? I would hate to see that, but you know, sometimes it looks like the writing's on the wall. I hope it isn't, but you know, they're going to address the needs of this team moving forward. They've come too far to say, okay, our work's done. They're going to get this thing done. A couple proud guys who want to do well and want to bring, greatness back to this organization. I think it's awesome. So yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Rick.
No, I was saying one of the youngest teams in the NHL, Demidov, Hudson. I mean, look at Suzuki's performance, Caulfield. Yeah. They got tons of talent. They've got some really good players and really fun to watch that, bring some entertainment and some success to the team. And, they're going to continue to develop some of their guys. They're young guys and progress in a very positive way. And I'm really happy to see this group, doing what they're doing at such an early stage. And the future is bright for these guys to get that much better as the years go on, because they are skilled and talented and fun to watch.
Yeah, and I think what's exciting is they're going to be an offensive team, right? I mean, the Canadiens, their two biggest stars in the past were Patrick Waugh, Carey Price. Now, you've got Demidov coming in, you've got Lane Hudson, you got Suzuki, you got Caulfield, you got all these guys coming up, and it's an offensive type of hockey that they're going to play. And Knuckles, I think Marty St. Louis, you have to be excited that he's the coach of this team. I think, when they hired him, coming from Pee Wee hockey, coaching his kids, and Ken Hughes and Jeff Gorton said at the time they wanted a modern day coach. I think that's exactly what he is.
Yeah, listen, they had the foundation, they got the sides up to the house, they got to put the roof on it, then they got to insulate it. Okay, and I say that the analogy I'm using is, and I'm gonna listen. I was a grit player, and when you look at teams successful, you look at Edmonton, all the years they had there. Those players, Tikkanen, all them third and fourth line players who really had a big impact on that team. Look at our team when we won the Cup there. Brian Skrulin, Mike McPhee, Maley. Come on. It's great to have the guys you can count on to score. But those third and fourth line players are going to be key to this team moving forward, especially come playoff time, especially during the season when you're going to need them games to pull up the bootstraps and get to work when some of your star players might be having a little funk. So, yeah, those are the things. That's what I think that, this team needs. And that's probably why I'm not the general manager, but.
Well, they do need an insight. You're absolutely right. I mean, the thing I'd like, though, Rick, from day one when Gorton came in, they had a plan, right? And they've stuck to it. And I think Jeff Molson deserves a lot of credit, too, because he had to agree to go through this full rebuild, not knowing if it was going to work, knowing that they probably weren't going to have playoffs for a while. They surprisingly they did make it this season, the extra money that comes with it. But it just seems like they're all on the same page with this.
And let's be encouraged by the fact that the group they have in Laval and the potential kids that are coming up within the organization that are going to make that transition, whether it's Reinbacher or Mayu or Beck, whatever, those guys have a future, and they were never in that situation for a long time that they had so many potential players that they could reach to come in, to come up, to develop. And this is what good organizations do, is they stack their farm club with potential ones that are going to, eventually play in the NHL. And they've done a great job in filling those voids that they had a hard time with for so many years. And now there's a lot of really good positives with the group that they have and the direction that they're going.
Yeah, Knuckles, impressive to make the playoffs in year 3 of a rebuild. Even more impressive to make the playoffs in year 3 of a rebuild and have the best team in the American Hockey League with the Laval Rocket. I know your 86 team, you guys had a lot of guys who came up through the farm team also, right?
Well, historically, for years, the Canadiens always had a good minor league team. I remember when I came, Rick Mahar got buried there for 3-4 years, right? He couldn't get out of there. There was a log jam up here. But, you look at the last 10 years before these guys came in, when Bergie was here, he did what he thought. He was a young GM. He did what he thought was right at the time, try and win with that core. But they did not have a hockey team in Laval. You could not grab a guy. If you got injured, you couldn't bring a guy up from Laval. And I'm not knocking Bergevin what he did. He did the best he could when he was here, and with his knowledge and how he thought that the team should be run. But, when you look at Gorton, what he did in Boston before they gave the job to Chiarelli, and then he goes to New York, and he works his way up to the top, and the rebuild he did there. And then he comes here, and he brings an agent along with him who's an intelligent guy, understands the salary structure, understands how to negotiate both ways. Hello. So things, again, it's on the up and up big time.
Yeah, well, player development and sort of the farm team were not big priorities for Bergevin when he was here. And, when Gorton came in, the first thing he said, we're going to make this a more modern hockey team, analytics department, bringing in more people for player development, more scouting and all that. And I think, Rick, we're seeing that pay off very quickly.
No question. I mean, just look at the group and success they're having in Laval. I mean, they got some good things happening there. And we're going to see some of these guys make that jump. And that's a situation you'd like to have. And that's a situation that we haven't seen in the past. And it's really, really, as much as they're out of the playoffs, I think that everybody should be pretty excited about the future with what they have up and coming. And, I'd like to think there's going to be a lot more positive than negative happening within this organization with these guys running their way that they do things, the way they like to do things, and sticking to it. And it's working.
Well, there's good reason to be excited about this team moving forward. That's it for this Hockey Inside Out Show bonus episode, which is our last one of the season. Rick and Chris, I want to thank you guys so much for doing this with me every week. It's been a fun season right from the start to the end. In the meantime, please like and subscribe to the Hockey Inside Out YouTube channel. Go to MontrealGazette.com/newsletters to sign up for the Hockey Inside Out newsletter. And go to HockeyInsideOut.com. 12 months a year, that's where you get all the latest Canadiens news.